But yeah, the way I see it, Sherlock and Moriarty are like two sides of the same coin. So. It's kind of like a similar case with like Batman and Joker. Like Batman can actually become Joker in a sense. In fact, they even made like a comic about that. Has zero interest in the field. Yeah, Minecraft just cares about politics and
This
working in the
trip to the
government.
countryside will be good
Well,
for
actually,
you,
being the
Holmes.
government.
As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Actually, it's bees. Here you go, J6.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
Watson, watch first. Oh, okay.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they
Microsoft.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although
Okay.
if your waistline expands very
Yeah,
much
that, man.
further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Latest detectives. Oh, we got a letter. The gruesome murder of a former Captain Peter Curry, also known as Pirate and Private Black Peter, has been resolved. The evidence that Scotland Yard received for trustworthy source has more specific good than murder. Peter Curry was Pablo Ventura, one of Curry's former harpooners. However, lawful justice will not be awarded. Was found dead. A natural causes, probably from remorse for committing such a terrible crime. No, he's not the highest position in the government. He is the government.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Be a good dog.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Sherlock and PT. Yeah, now I think of it, there was one, like, there's this one show where Watson's actually a woman. And Watson's actually played by Lucy
What a
Liu of all
gloomy
people.
night.
It's called
It was
Elementary.
warmer inside
I think
the
a couple
waiting
of
hall.
episodes is actually.
Since the station master
was
told
pretty
us that
good.
the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
And they'll just. Oh, it kind of reminds me of like when I come to work like every for the morning where I like that makes it very unrealistic. I'm worried so much. Well, Frogwares is kind of more of an indie.
Well, here we are again at
Dev
Evesham
Studio.
Station. We have a full day ahead.
Plus, I think this
Let
was
us
like
begin our investigation.
made back like a couple years ago and stuff. So they were, and they had, or I think this was like the best. Yeah, in terms of animation and stuff. I mean, like a couple on the PS3 games kind of look like have like PS2 kind of like.
Trains can't just vanish without leaving a trace. It isn't possible. Is
Right.
it, Holmes?
Although, actually, this case kind of had me set up to where I was actually excited for like a murder mystery on the train because those are like my favorite kind of mysteries. Also, welcome back, welcome back. Most pop indie game is fanfic. Also, hopefully, might be able to help you out too. Five Nights at Freddy. Okay.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Although I did see they're actually making a new Five Nights at Freddy game for the PS5. See, come join me, what? Oh, birds too far away. They run. Are you ready, Jason? As poop, as he must poop. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Andy, I was actually talking a bit about
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
yeah, I was actually talking a bit about Watson.
Railway sleepers.
There was actually
nothing unusual.
a TV show where Watson's actually a woman.
The rails have not
It was
been
actually played by
touched.
Lucy Liu.
There's
in
nothing
Elementary.
unusual here.
I'll probably end up joining once things are settled down. And currently I am a
There
bit
are no
burnt out
tracks or
at the moment.
footprints on the ground.
Plus, I'm
There
kind
are
of wondering
no
about
signs
the
to
Princess
indicate
Neck.
that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no
Maybe Jim's hoping to
clues.
go
But
for-
then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require...
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Oh, Azure Lane. Although, if I do go to Azure Lane, it's gonna probably be... I'll probably end up juggling like 4 gacha accounts like it together because I have to do Genshin, my FGO account, and then also Misugai's FGO account.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
At least until he gets back in June. I've got you at the moment. Message on station. Mr. Robinson is looking at burger stations.
Here is the train set.
An LER. Oh, I think these are actually were very popular steam engines, if I remember right. Yeah, thank Commander for giving me look back on Thomas Road. I think it's like Royal North England Railway something. Can't go. I think we actually have to find it. There we go.
This map will be useful.
Don't forget, he also microwaves bay leaves.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
I mean, heck, he even made comments about microwaving ice cream and ice.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
At least he didn't microwave a sound, although I think he made a comment about that too. Okay, this is just...
Railway post bags.
Man, this is... I should talk to the guy.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Very bad. Elaine are Eagle Union America, Royal Navy UK, Red Axes. Is Sakura Empire, Japan. Iron Blood. I could probably see Germany. Reference to like the Iron Cross. It was used in like World War II. I think maybe also one. Sure. Or gray hair.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special
casualty.
about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car,
Oh,
ordered by a private
careful,
party.
J6.
It is generally to
Everybody
carry something of
sounds
value.
sus. They,
Those
and they
wagons
are
have
hiding
iron
things,
walls,
but
you know, without any
the things they're
windows.
hiding doesn't
And they're fitted
necessarily
with a
make them a
complex
murderer.
key lock.
That
just
is
means they
important
just need to
information.
hide something
Do you
because
know what
they're
was
not
inside
comfortable
this
talking about it.
particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
There's a choice for a requirement, we would join them. Because Russia is your borderland. I don't think we have anything. Yeah. Okay. Nothing can be hooked yet. But you are Canada. Guys, why are you hating on Canada? Especially with all the I want to move to Canada memes.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
And looks like we meet a trouble passenger. We're closed. So he was taking a train while he keep check it. Married. Could be he was on vacation and he's actually an average person. Iron Blood and his door apartment dragon stepping. Oh, that's actually sounds.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night, I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Damn.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir. Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway
Yeah,
company.
okay, yeah.
We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat.
He said good day. Has Australian accent since he's from Australia, so. The hat. Switch of course. What's of clothes? Heavy gold ring. Fancy shoes. Crocodile skin. Yep, that's definitely a stereotypical rich person from Australia, at least back in those times.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
So now we have Spanish, Australian, and Chilean.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster.
I don't buy the
Cannot
whole
believe that it
humanitarian.
disappeared with that
Those
damn
shifty
train.
eyes.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The
Not his
timetable
fault.
is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Dude, you
The
actually end
ticket
up losing
inspector
out.
forced
For
all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
He's pretty young. Probably around my age, or probably about 4 or 5 years young.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday,
he's just more
everyone was asked to
stressed
get
and
off the train
overwhelmed.
here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train.
You can just look at
But the
it.
worst of it is
at
that
his
now I
eyes,
have
you
to
can tell
deal with
this
two
guy's tired.
furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
What's that Dragon Emperor?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Okay.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
You look young as fuck. You look around my age, and I know you could probably do that.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man.
Unfortunately,
I am
good
aware
grades
that you wish to
does not
protect
help them
yourself
with
behind all
experience.
these regulations.
You have all the knowledge, but you have
I
no experience
represent the
about it.
law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector.
Why are you trying to
for it was
punch
he
the
who asked
young
the
man?
passengers
He's
to
just
leave the
doing his
train.
job,
It was not
Jesus.
his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most
sure.
peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Chesterfield Library. Iticon. The liner number. Oh, what the fuck kind of spelling is this? He was. I agree with him. This is like. Looks like a fucking 5-year-old typed this shit. Jesus.
Don't touch anything, please. Don't touch anything, please.
Okay, let you read it? Okay. Yeah, alright, let me bring it up. There you go, J6. And you can tell with the T supposed to be, yeah, you replace the E with a AI, and then a right is supposed to be ARRIVI. And then you put a T with the A after arriving. And then, yeah, replace the U with a P. So it did arrive. Or did it? I left that for... Oh, wait. The lanes vanished with the train.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Still better to keep one in.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you
The
mean?
wagon was me.
Wake up, please, sir.
Huh? What? The 18 hours 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, it looks like this guy. That probably explains why it's like typed like a 5-year-old. They're like, yeah, it's like drunk. Looks like drunk off his ass. Married. Alcohol flask. Yep. Fishing line. Why the fuck you keep your fishing line in your pocket? And clothes.
Were there any passengers who got
America,
off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me.
Damn.
Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were
What is,
very
meta?
busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Oh, how I've been.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a
Oh, yeah, I
strange
think I saw
telegram that
that.
he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Dude, you're
You were
fucking
not
venturing.
tired, you were inebriated. Tell me
Very
the truth
busted for
now,
that.
or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
Which you should be,
All right.
because you should be
So I was drunk. I
drinking
don't
while
remember all
being a
of
station
yesterday, to be
master.
truthful to you. Please don't
Guys
go
will actually
harsh
see
on
that
me.
happen.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Yeah, we can't. So basically,
the
it's
whole
probably not
train
even
just disappeared.
A fishing advertisement. Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Yeah, since he's like so freaking drunk.
Railway post
Here's
bags.
a 6.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. Bags were recently dragged here. French wine. A remarkable
Oh, so that's
vintage.
where he's signing all the
These
alcohol.
bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
Sure. One from my country, and guess them, and what Japan has.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere.
Hanging. United
Watson,
States.
please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Yeah, I'm American.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So,
I'm from
are
the
you
state of
quite
Indiana.
certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights.
To be
And heard the
more
whistle.
precise.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
Yeah. Did I know what, Jason? Dumbass servant. Oh yeah, I know he's a servant. I know this one's definitely his servant form is much different from his real life fictions.
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes.
The United
Thank you
States
for
actually.
reminding me. I should clean them. Although,
The
might
United
be
States
easier
is
from
actually made up.
outside.
It's a
Seems
country
it
that's
might
made up
start
of
raining
50
soon.
states.
I meant,
One
what
of the
were
states
they
I'm in
used for?
is called Indiana.
Workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these
And
workers?
Canada is our
Well,
neighbor.
They didn't seem to be from the company, but
and
they
then
was
also
fine lads.
Mexico in addition.
They
to that.
invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
He's drunk, J6.
Ah, will I ever get any peace?
When you silver up, then you'll get some peace. And that too, J6. The guy really needs to lose his